Let's look at citizens' experience. Speaking on daily life, would you say Nigerians, are feeling the dividends of democracy in terms of infrastructure, in terms of, schools, in terms of basic amenities? Many may say that democracy is still better than a military rule. Is that fair in speaking?
Yes, I would agree that democracy is better than military rule, and it's a very, very popular statement that is now so much contested, really, especially because our neighbors in West Africa are in a military rule, and there is also disinformation and military populism that is growing across West Africa. But yes, even the worst form of democracy is better than a military rule, I would say. I mean, it is very argumentative and contested. But the idea is that when it is a military rule, it is difficult for you to even come and speak the way we are speaking now. We could have the EndSARS, we could have the End Governance campaign to say, we don't like the way you govern us, we don't like the way things are going. No matter how flawed our elections are, we have an opportunity, to attempt a change in governance. But when it comes to a military rule, there is very little opportunity to do that. But I can also understand the perception of Nigerians, again, with respect to some of the indicators that you've highlighted, especially the dividends of governance. So, for example, from 1999 till now, we've had a lot of, a very daunting challenge with insecurity. We had the Niger Delta issue. From the Niger Delta issue, we had farmer-header conflict everywhere. And then, of course, it led to Boko Haram. And then farmer-header conflict, again, became so widespread, growing beyond just the North Central, where it had a spatial clustering to every part of the country. And then we now have banditry. We have autonomous agitations going on in the southeast. So every part of this country is now engulfed in one crisis or the other. And now, why are citizens being frustrated about democracy? When it was the time of the military, right, you could perceive that the military style would be repression. So they will send the army there, they will use force to repress. But in a democratic dispensation, the ways of conflict resolution goes beyond just repression. It goes beyond consultation. It goes beyond engaging traditional leadership. It goes beyond engaging the youth, women group. It involves carrying everybody along. So when you do not see that, even in a democracy, you become very, very frustrated. Now, it comes to healthcare, right? We've seen a situation where our resident doctors are going on strike daily, right? And they give a lot of warning strike. Democracy is supposed to have a government where, a situation where the government listens to the masses. So they give a warning sign, they give a warning letter, right? 2 warning letters, they give a warning strike, right? Before they go into a full-blown strike. So if the government does not listen, you will ask yourself, really, if it is the government of the people, why are they not listening to me? Right? So you've seen most of our doctors, medical personnel going abroad. And, these countries are basically opening their arms to carry on our medical personnel. So I think that even with respect to healthcare, right, I think that we've not done very well in this democratic dispensation. Then I think the big deal now of why many citizens are even complaining, it's the economic indicators. Look at the inflation figures. We appreciate some of the very hard reforms that the president has done with respect to floating the naira and then removing subsidy and all of that. But it is not just the policy in itself. Democracy is about processes. So for us, what is important is how those consultations were made. The president came into power and said subsidy is gone. At the time when he did not even have a cabinet. At the time when so much consultations have not been made with the civil society organization, with the student group, and all stakeholders in the democratic process. So it is very worrying. And then when all of the implications of the subsidy removal and economic reforms come, it comes on the citizens. And citizens are saying, we think that you need to do better. The government does not listen as such, especially in a situation where they think that they voted the government to power for the government to listen to them. So I think looking at all of these indicators, I can see the reasons why Nigerians are very frustrated, why they would even say, the military should come back. But as someone who is a student of history that has also known the military trajectory, I do not really think that the military government is necessarily better than a democracy. But I can understand the frustration, because really we can do better as a democratic, society.